Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, joined by the new member of the RWP staff, Charles the Hammer Martel. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you, Phil KOE. Nice to be here. And you forgot.
Glad to have you, sir.
Forgot one thing. The golden loss, sir. The golden loss.
Yes. I unfortunately lost my gorgeous flowing locks in a hair versus hair WrestleMania challenge. It was all fixed in collusion. But neither here nor there.
There was collusion, though.
Clearly. Thank you. So, welcome here, sir, to your debut on the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for your reviews and thoughts for AEW All Out, All Elite Wrestling. This evening we are both the very picture of sartorial resplendency, since this is such a momentous occasion, but it must be said, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, while we might not always be first, we are best.
That's true. Very true.
It should be said that the Labor Day weekend is not a good time to host a professional wrestling event. Am I off on that? Because now, I don't know if Tony G is just pulling a Brock Lesnar and refusing to show up, or if the fact that he's got a whole litter of kids at home, or if, maybe he just considers this like a house show between the two of us. Doesn't think the champion needs to show.
Well, the last time he was here
Questions need to be asked.
Last time he was here in the Casa de Hammer, as you so said earlier, it was a 15-plus hour stint.
You know, there was a little bit of an extended stay here for varying activities. I do remember that. So, moving right along, as we like to say here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, all that being said, sorry, Tony, SCU
versus the Jungle Express. A small boy,
a boy,
and his dinosaur.
As much as I hate to say it, I'm digging it. I hate the tiny kid. I forget his name. Yeah. That kid's gonna get killed.
Stunt.
There we go. Marco Stunt is gonna get himself killed.
Mr. KOE, normally I say I hate to agree with you when you say stuff like that. This time, no, I just agree with you. It was better and, dare I say, almost match of the night to an extent.
I mean, we got some more card to cover, but God, that was a good match.
They have an acrobatic dinosaur in this one.
What are you giving it on a scale of 1 to 5 stars? No. To answer your first question, you cannot break the Meltzer scale and go to 7.48 star. No.
Well, technically,
1 to 5, that's where we restricted here at the RWP.
But if Meltzer went to 7.4875, like you said, technically that's the new scale. But I won't, because I'm not that guy. That.
See what you're marking out for Kenny Omega did, Dave? Do you see? Scale of 1 to 5 stars. This is your first big star scale. What do you give this match, sir?
Man, it is. I'd probably go with 3.25.
3.25.
I kind of want to round it up to 3.5 because of the acrobatic dinosaur. I can't lie. I love that.
That was awesome.
But the sequence where they threw the little one around and they spun him like a top, and that was just...
that was pretty cool.
That was just awesome.
Yeah.
The Hammer was impressed. So...
your King of Extreme was quite impressed with its extremeness. It was. So I'm going to be a bit more generous than you and go 3.5. But as you should probably be aware, Phil KOE doesn't give 3.25s. You get a half or a whole star at the KOE Nation. So I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Great effort on all 6 men. You have so much experience with SoCal Uncensored.
since I'm new here, I didn't know there was no 3.25s here, so...
Oh, you can. Tony does it all the time.
I don't want to be like that no-show.
I
don't want to be like our Brock Lesnar.
You know...
As you were right.
Universe, you know, it is a little bit of that.
So, I will follow your suit, sir, since you invited me here tonight. I'm just going to round up 3.5.
I can agree with...
3.5.
Well done. And well done to SCU and a small boy, a boy, and his dinosaur.
The Bastard Pac versus Kenny Omega. Big expectations. Had high hopes for this match.
Should have been match of the year.
Should have been great, honestly. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. I have a lot of respect for Pac. A lot of respect for Omega. This was kind of shitty.
It was...
Mr. Coyote, Mr. Extreme. Shit, maybe I'm being a little harsh with shitty, but, I mean, what was that?
There was a lot of botches. They both seemed to be a step off on, like, the back and forth rope spots. They were good, but they were just too choreographed. You could just see they were too... They were...
One-upsy, if you could say?
Yes. And also, I pointed out something to you that you'll never...
Oh, yes.
That you may never be able to unsee, sir.
It was on this day that I had it pointed out to me, the little pose that Kenny Omega... Yeah, that. Before he hits the ropes. Thank you.
Yes, he does that. Now you're not going to be able to see him. You're not going to be able to unsee that now. You're welcome, sir.
And thank you. Thank you.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime.
But
the match in and of itself, there were some really good sequences. I liked the over-the-top rope springboard into the cutter. The reverse hurricanrana was the big botch that everybody noticed. And Pac almost knocked himself out on.
yeah, that, I mean... Yeah, just bad. Really, really bad. I'm going to have to say I expected more of them, so I'm going to be a little harsh with the grading. But the finish, the way he made Kenny black out, is going to save it. 2.5 stars. And I really, really am leaning more towards the 2. The botches, the sloppiness, the frenetic, too crazy of a pace to where they were boom, 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 and it was so... They almost hit heads running the ropes when they both ducked down.
I hate to agree, but I'm going to agree. 2.5 stars. So
barely, right? For them at least.
Now, how much you want to bet Pac was like, I'm not losing. So...
Well, that's why they didn't wrestle last time, and you bet your ass, I'll bet the farm, that's the only way they got Pac. That or a Jeff Jarrett style situation where I want X amount or no. Maybe both. Be smart.
Yep. We will see. And we trudge forward. For Christ's sake. Jimmy Havoc. You've got Darby Allin, lightning in a bottle. He's gonna go places. And you give the W to Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
Now, I will give you credit, Jimmy. I counted. You committed an entire 4 wrestling moves in this match, which was amazing for me because I was unaware you even knew how to do one. Fans evolving as a talent. Well, you had some insight you wanted to put into this match.
Let's start with this. I honestly knew nothing about these guys. First time I've ever seen wrestle. That being said, what I'm going to follow with is going to be mean sounding. That was better than Omega Pac. Smoother. Dare I say, more entertaining. While also mildly dumb with some of the spots, but they were all smooth.
Were you aware this match was brought to you by Cracker Barrel?
What?
I know. I had no idea. It was the most subtle product placement I've ever seen.
You mean Cracker Barrel. The Cracker Barrel.
And he went through through the Cracker Barrel, which is, I like the way Jim Ross called that.
Especially after the Darby Allin Cracker Barrel spot.
Yes. Disappointed in this match.
The guy who won?
That.
Okay.
And also, when Darby Allin pulled out the skateboard that had thumbtacks on the bottom of it, Joey Janela bends over. He does a jump off the top rope, does the skateboard move off his back with the tacks skateboard. That should have been the finish. Even if they wanted Jimmy Havoc to win, he throws out Darby Allin, gets the roll
like
up.
he did. Yep. And goes in.
No, wait. They probably knew that Jimmy Havoc didn't know how to do a roll up, so they're like, let's not.
That's true. Spot through the table over the rope. Pretty dadgum impressive.
That was cool.
If I will say so. The chair flip. That was best spot of the night. Chair flip. He kept that good. There was no.
I feel like we should get through the rest of the night before we say best of the night.
Best of the night so far, and better than any spot in Omega Pac. Part of it's hating on the previous match. Part of it, meh. Spot's pretty good. I'm gonna go 3. 3. But this is my first time, and I could be proven wrong, but I really liked it better than the previous one because there was no slop, no botch.
I'm torn between 3 and 3.5 on this one.
I thought I was being generous, ladies and gentlemen.
No. It was a fine match, and I hate to give Joey Janela a higher ranking than Kenny Omega or Pac. I hate. Like, I think how I can do it is I'm going to give Darby Allin and Joey Janela 3.5.
Okay.
But I'm going to give Jimmy Havoc 1 star. So it'll kind of average closer to about, well, okay.
Well, 1 plus 3 is 4 divided by 2, because that's the number.
I'm trying to get closer to 3 stars while slamming on Jimmy Havoc as much as I can. So, like, it's 4-star performance between the other 2. Maybe a half a star performance between the other one. So between the 2, it's about a 3-star.
Okay, so how about this? The wrestling match, between Darby Allin and Joey Janela, where Jimmy Havoc just happened to get the win and do, like you said, 4 moves, gets the 3.
3.5 even.
Dark Order best friends. Let me start, please. Dumb as hell. Kenny Omega versus Pac was slightly better there. They're off the bottom of the list. That's it. I'm done.
Ouch. The match was just a confusing spot fest, I'll be honest. It also has a lot to do with the fact that I really do not like the Best Friends or the Dark Order's gimmick. But I must say,
I know nothing about them, man.
With
I don't like them.
Speed, precision, brevity, and all of the other synonyms for speed, we got right back to that review on the Dark Order.
Hell yes, we did. Yes, we did. Actually, no, I don't. I think I can give it like half a star because with that and who was that weird dude that showed up at the end?
Orange Cassidy.
That guy. Who is that?
That's Orange Cassidy.
Okay then.
Yeah, but who is that? That's the appropriate response.
Who's
Who's this? Who the hell are you? Why are you pretending to be a wrestler on my wrestling show?
You said it's Orange Cassidy?
Orange Cassidy.
If you happen to hear this, Mr. Orange.
Fresh squeeze.
Yes, I'm calling you Mr. Orange. Just quit now. Like, save yourself the embarrassment, the dishonor to your family. Go find a lake, put on some concrete shoes, and play.
Yes, your gimmick is horrible.
You suck.
It's not entertaining. It doesn't do anything. Now, I'll be honest. You gave me a slight grin when you did the plancha through the ropes with your hands in your pocket. But you know what kind of grin that is? That's the kind of grin that you see a school child in the schoolyard watching a dog take a crap on a piece of grass. Like, I'm going to be a little more generous than you, and I'm going to give that 1 star. Because half a star is tying with some of the worst matches we've ever seen here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast.
There's been women matches on Raw in the early 2000s better than that.
And moving along, there's the tournament for the Women's Championship match, which was okay, but that's not why we're all here. The women's match was serviceable. Riho, she's always been hit or miss. She either really does very well, or she just seems to be a half step off. And I do really think the fact a woman that small and slender taking the same kind of bumps as these giant, muscly, or fat men, she's eventually going to give herself a lot harder spinal injury a lot sooner than most people expect. So I think she needs to start, like a lot of women her size that are wrestling, they need to utilize more hold-based style to keep their spines healthy longer. So beyond that, the ending almost got flubbed, but Riho in the end saved it with a really weird, kind of cool spinning around the arm into a roll-up pin. I thought it worked. All in all, I'm going to give it 2 stars.
They took some liberties with the costumes that they were wearing. And also, I totally agree with whatever you just said.
Totally agree, and you're going to leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Yep. The reason we're all here, one of the big matches, Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears with an extra in.
Okay, I'm going to do this early now. Okay, I'm going to do this first instead of what we usually do so far tonight, where we discuss and then we rate. But I'm going to do the rating system now. This is how many stars I give it for that match, Shawn Spears versus Cody Rhodes. Yes. 4.
Yes,
You stole it.
Oh. Well, no. Any call of the 4 horsemen, I got to get in on that.
I'll give you that.
When Arn came down.
Spine buster.
Oh, hit a spine buster.
Spine buster.
Did you know he hit a spine buster?
You know
There was Arn Anderson, and he was there. Were you aware of that?
I was. In fact, Arn Anderson hit the AA spine buster.
He did. He did.
On SS.
An
AA on the SS.
An AASB on SS? Oh my goodness.
Yes. It was just, I won't lie, folks, I marked out. I exploded. I had to rewind it 3 times.
No.
3 times.
This old lover
one more to make it 4.
This old lover of Georgia Championship Wrestling, seeing an Anderson come down, it was just like, and were you aware
that MJF got face to face?
Oh, I was. Tully Blanchard. Oh
the kindergarten playground choking spot, man, a little childish for them, but
Tully's got some spine injuries. He's got to watch it.
Mr. KOE, if I had told you a week and a half ago that Tully Blanchard was going to come face to face with MJF, would you believe me?
No, and I think
exactly.
You did, but that's another story.
Hey, so cheers to that. That's why it gets a 4-star rating in my book. Plus the dog. I like dogs. They're cool.
And also, were you aware that Cody Rhodes, finally, first time I've ever seen him do it, hit
the shuffle?
The bionic elbow on Shawn Spears. Amazing. Amazing one.
I'm going to say something most sons hear a lot. His dad did it better.
Well, yeah. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Dew will acquire on plant life in the morning, and Cody Rhodes doesn't do the bionic elbow quite as good as Dusty. Yes, these are all death taxes. Dusty's at bionic elbow is better. I'm well aware. And all of this, and the action was great. There was so many great appearances.
Belt to the face.
Now, luckily, Cody didn't get color. Otherwise, I might have had to break my Meltzer scale for this one. But I'm going to agree with you, actually. All in all, it was a 4-star match.
And side note, I would have given it 4.5, but I don't get the whole Star Trek thing, so I drop it half a star. If I can give half a star because of a dog, I can take half a star because of Star Trek.
When I was a kid, I got to stay up an extra half hour late just to watch Star Trek for the one day a week that it was on. So for us, Star Trek will always have a special place right here. So I double and then triple marked out this match.
I'm going to quote Luke Gallows here. Nerd.
I wear being a Star Trek nerd, I wear that as a badge of honor. And that was probably one of the best shows of Cirque du Soleil I have seen in a long time. I'm sure they're taking the show to Vegas. Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros. I mean, there's Ka, there's the original Cirque du Soleil, and then there's, of course, Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
Stupidest synchronized swim fest of a spot fest I've ever seen.
I'm going to be a little more kind to this match
But
than you.
it got better in the last few minutes. One of them should never walk again, probably. The other one with a limp.
I mean, they should definitely sell it for the next few weeks, I would hope.
Weeks? Shit.
Well, now they're going to be getting a TV deal, so I'm sure they'll be kicking up and super kicking the next night on TNT.
I mean, like he did, what, 5 minutes after taking the...
Flipping pile driver off the ladder through a table. Incredible move, but it's kind of what is meant by there are times in wrestling less is more. That should have been how you started injury angle. The match was after we got to the point where one of the Bucks fell through the tables outside the ring, and we thought he had a hip injury, and they unmasked Pentagon. That was where the actual storytelling happened. Problem is, that was the last quarter of the match.
Quarter? Wow. You're generous. A tenth of the match?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm trying to be generous here, but Hammer, I'm going to give you the lead on this one. What do you rank this one, sir?
Spot fest-wise, big move-wise, probably best of the night so far, I won't lie. But overall quality... Great spots that were sloppy, slow, and they need to take a lot of balance on. They really did work on that stuff if you're going to try to pull it off. But
I don't think they need to do as much of it.
No, they don't. They really don't. But if you're gonna, at least make sure you don't stand on the ropes or hold hands for 5 seconds each time before you pull the move off.
Yeah, I mean, there was going to be some flubs just with everything. But what do you get, sir?
3.5.
Oh... You know, it was a fine match, and I hate to agree. I really, really despise having to agree with such a low-down ne'er-do-well such as yourself, sir. I'm only kid, but you're right.
I'll take it.
Broken Watch is still right twice a day. 3.5 stars. I'll be honest, their regular tag match...
Was better?
Yes, way better. Probably, as it stands right now, might be tag team match of the year.
Oh, and I'm going to stoke that argument with... Sasha Banks, Bayley vs. Iconics was a better tag match than this.
No.
I know.
No.
I know.
You tried.
I had to try. I'm poking the bear for fun.
You did. Now you're just wanting the internet to just like, wash me in your judgment, internet. The internet's been ruining lives for like last 5 years now. Every moron who's had a Twitter for longer than 6 years is like, oh no.
Not to sound like a moron, but why do you think I don't have Twitter?
I
would have got...
Speaking of which, check us out on the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Twitter handle. So...
I get to edit stuff.
No.
Okay.
You get no access to our Twitter handle at all.
Worth a shot.
That's going to take a long time for you to work on Twitter.
That was a longer shot than the Falcons beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but I had to go for
it. Well, we won't get into that. I've demonstrated in the past, even against Tony, my superior football knowledge when I predicted that the New England Patriots were going to win. That was my superior. That was my intelligence guided by experience.
I gotta give this shout out. Touchdown, Tom Brady. You're the man.
So, getting back to the match, 3.5 stars. I hate to agree with you, sir, but it was what it was. So, all that being said, your New England Patriots of Wrestling podcast himself, Phil KOE, is moving right along with this event. We'll see how it goes. We are about to determine the AEW World Champion. Coming up here, folks.
Tom Brady, you. Go ahead.
Sir, I'm sorry. When you have a perfect Super Bowl prediction record like me, you get to be a little braggadocious once in a while.
You, sir, are
Money in the Bank run in? No way.
Oh.
Well,
Wait.
well.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce. Sir, you might want to sit back here, sir, get in the camera shot. I don't think you're in there.
Scooch for the champ.
You know what? I'm gonna double check this. We gotta get the champ out of the picture. I mean, in the picture.
Little Freudian slip there, Hammer?
No. Is that on purpose?
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
How's it doing, bro?
The
Tony?
champ made it here to see the crowning of the AEW champion.
Well, that's the only crowning of a champion there will be tonight.
Just because
Yes.
you won't take my challenge for a match tonight.
Well,
Brock Lesnering us, sir, or is it more the litter of children that are crawling on you?
I'm more than willing to give title opportunities when they are earned, but
Hey,
I don't see one being earned tonight.
hey, a China Hutch cage match is well earned.
Well, if you insist.
I got 3 of them to spare.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome, champ.
Thank you.
I'm gonna Braun Strowman you for a little bit.
Oh, he's leering at the title.
I'm lusting, not leering.
Title's over here.
Just because your mom told you that. Okay, I'm done now. So anyway, the match?
Oh, yes, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers Ice-Capade. Oh, that not the match?
Oh, no, keep going. Hey, better than Pac Omega.
Oh.
Trust me.
Sorry, that's the rematch. The rematch will be on ice. Vegas, right?
At the Sands.
Okay.
Bucks versus Lucha Bros
On ice.
Yeah.
Hangman Page, Chris Jericho, the first ever AEW championship. Champion to champion. Tony, I'm going to give you the first one. What are your thoughts on it? How do you rate it?
Yes.
I watched it on the multiple screens of my Batmobile on the way over, so I caught it. I'll be honest. It set some standards, I guess, for what AEW wants to do as far as the title picture goes, going into the program debuting on TNT in October. It broke ground having a female referee main event the title match of a big pay-per-view. Kudos to that, I suppose.
Expect to see that on WWE within 18 months.
I'm surprised.
18 months? You really? I'd say less.
Weeks.
Vince, after all,
Weeks.
yeah. Weeks.
I was trying to hedge my bets there.
It was.
That's more than hedging your bets. I'm sorry.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I'll be honest, though. I thought there was a few spots that just didn't quite mesh well, and I don't know. The chemistry was kind of off between both guys, I
I
felt.
don't think they've ever really worked together.
No, I think that showed.
Do you think it's age or more the chemistry thing since they've never
Yes.
worked together? Both.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Yes.
The shooting star counter into a code breaker that wasn't even a counter. It was just him falling on Jericho.
Technically, it worked because it stopped Paige's momentum, but yes, it was sloppy. But also, it was a meeting in midair type thing. I mean,
Yeah, because we didn't see enough of that on this show.
I'm not going to blame it as much on age
smoother
as I
than
do
the Young
you.
Bucks match.
And I'm going to put it more on the fact they haven't worked together. Chris Jericho's a veteran. If you can't get a good match out of Chris Jericho, you can't get a good match. Hey, G, what's your star rating on this match? Now, wait. I do keep in mind, he did get color in this match.
I'm gonna love my rating since I'm gonna say this after Phil now.
I wanted to like this match a lot more, but I was left in need of something bigger, and the end saw Jericho get dumped on his head. He kicks out, over the top referee reaction, and then Hangman goes down for the 3 to the new elbow finisher of Jericho. So
Spinning back elbow.
I don't know. I didn't love that. I guess maybe
Jericho-
I'm in the minority, so that took something out for me. I'll give it 3. I'll give it 3.
Wow.
Well, champ, much as I hate to agree, I'm going to have to agree. Because that was basically my thoughts. It's a good, serviceable 3-star match. Jericho can get a 3-star match out of a broom handle. I think it was the right move, putting the belt on him.
Absolutely.
Of course.
He's
Yes.
he's the right guy to be champion right now.
He
It's a
is
very
a name.
He's the perfect guy to chase anybody.
He's a name. And
Tony-
you need a name holding up the belt
Tony
when
was-
you debut on a network.
Tony was just telling us about a good friend of ours who might make a podcast appearance in the future. He was talking to him after a walk, and they mentioned, "Oh wow, is that place that Chris Jericho's wrestling for? You need at least one name, and Jericho's the guy to lead this ship for now."
I won't lie. I did not really know who Hangman Page was. Never really heard of him until his whole stuff with Jericho started. It's like, wait, who's this guy again?
Well,
Now-
after that illustrious win in that amazing casino battle royal,
Yeah, I didn't
mean,
watch that.
Nobody should have.
Oh wow, yeah.
Nobody needed to.
I mean, you've
That
seen
was
one
the
battle
indie scene
royal.
at its
You've
worst.
seen every battle royal.
No,
Not
you haven't
this
seen
one.
this one. Woo! Think of
Okay,
every
wait,
horrible
wait,
indie
wait,
wrestling
when you-
convention
Oh,
thrown into one.
I say when you say not like this one or not like
Go
The
down
ring
to the
was
floor.
secondary.
that
find
bad that
a,
it's interesting enough to watch.
find a crack in the hole of your floor, and then go to
Wait,
the hole of that crack some more. There we go.
Oh, the bomb shelter. Then.
Yeah, our
Yes.
initial review of the battle royal was not fair. It
yikes.
was generous.
Let me ask you
Upon
this,
further
Mr.
review, it was really bad.
Let me ask you
And
this,
here we
Mr.
are
KO.
now.
I get nobody really digs Chris Jericho's back elbow finish, but you also got to remember, how old is this guy?
54.
54 years old. He's got to start getting a finish over that doesn't require him taking a bump.
Sure.
Now, he kind of
Well,
has
it's a
that
hard
with the
one.
walls of Jericho.
But
Huh. A submission? Gosh.
you can't use that every time. It gets boring.
It's not 1998 anymore, Tony.
Yeah.
That's.
Gosh, if only Ric Flair would have had that idea, he would have gotten so much more over.
But who'd he ever beat?
Who's Ric Flair again?
Yeah. If only he had a back elbow finisher.
No, I'm joking. I just had to get your go there, Mr. KOE. Calm down. Calm down. Don't go all extreme on Tony G right now.
Ric
Okay?
Flair was the first match I ever saw.
If only Bret Hart used like the heart punch, he would have been so much
Oh,
better.
yeah.
I was thinking more like the Von Erich's claw.
Yeah.
If Bret Hart used the Von Erich claw.
So, I'm going to say
Yeah,
the
me.
3-star match from Jericho Hangman, getting back to that, and the first ever AEW champion. We're looking forward to seeing how this goes in the future. Hangman, I don't really know where he goes from here, unfortunately.
Chase the I'd say
He
give him
would
one more
be
shot.
feuding with Pac.
Okay.
Because that was the original idea until Pac couldn't.
You mean
Whatever.
until he didn't want to lose to Omega.
Until he became a diva.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
when he
you
became
know-
an indie bastard.
But being a diva got him a W over Kenny Omega tonight. So,
Yeah, but that's just because they want to
Do you
make
think
Kenny Omega look like a scrub, so his fight back to the top to get the title will look that much sweeter.
That's why he's doing all the posing for the T-shirts and the climb.
No, he's doing it to pretend like he can point at the WrestleMania sign one day. Which
I thought he
will
was
never
stretching to climb that ladder to reach for that brass ring. That's what the stretching,
no,
you know.
it's all the plight of Kenny Omega. Poor Kenny just can't catch a break. That's why he's losing matches.
You know, owning a part of this new wrestling company and having access to Tony Khan's millions of dollars. Poor guy!
Yeah,
Some guys just have all the bad luck.
I feel
for you,
bad.
Kenny.
I feel
for you.
bad.
I really do, Kenny. You have horrible hair.
I'd do the job for you right now, Kenny. I would, because I feel so bad for you.
I'd agree to do the job, and then I'd just laugh at you and walk away, which would be worse. You lost to an 8-year-old girl, right? 8-year-old girl?
Don't talk about Pac like that.
I gotta.
Ouch.
Come on.
Well done. Well
Yes.
done, sir. Hammer!
Yes.
Hammer! What do you rate this, sir?
I would have agreed with you guys with the 3-star rating, except for one little thing. You get to give extra half star for blood when you see that. Much like the Cody, don't call him Rhodes, Sean Spears match with the dog. I'm going to give this an extra half a star because even though he had the trainer with him with the horse, that was still a dope entrance. Best one all night. Not going to lie, so 3.5 stars. Yes, Tony. I understand that completely. I'm trying not to laugh at myself while saying this. But, dude, horses are awesome.
If
They're
only-
big dogs.
If only the horse got color, Phil would have rated it 8 stars. Missed opportunity.
It's like,
I said, right man went over. 3.5 stars. Averages out to between the three of us, 3 stars.
3.25.
Yeah, the
3.33,
initial
but we're rounding down.
the initial wrestling community online reaction to Jericho Hangman when they first announced it was clearly this is Hangman's coming out party. He's going to get the belt. I laughed.
Oh, I knew it was
Yes.
gonna be-
I laughed
yes.
because people actually bought into that. If you're going to put Hangman over, for one, if you're going to have him win the title first, it would have been him getting into that match by much, much higher standards than winning a horrible battle royal that nobody saw on a pre-show.
Yeah, he would have done the Jericho route and actually earned his spot one-on-one.
There you go.
What would you rather see tonight? John Moxley versus Kenny Omega, or what you got with Pac Omega?
Moxley was injured, which is the only reason we couldn't get that.
No,
match.
I know that's why we couldn't get it. I know why. I'm saying
I thought Pac Omega was going to be match of the night, turned into a
keyword thought.
Yeah, that's happened a lot of times. Like Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton.
Well,
Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio.
Hangman Jericho.
Quite the match.
Clearly a great match, because we
Great
spent
match.
most of this talking
And
about
I
it.
think what we've really discovered here is
You're not Tom Brady, no matter what you say.
I'm like 2 Tom Brady's combined. Come on. In terms of the world of wrestling podcasting, 2. Okay, I'll stop at 2 1/4. So,
Can I borrow
all
real quick?
that being said, folks, this has been All Out. I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, and Pro Wrestling's Tom Brady himself, signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners, Tony G and the debuting Charles the Hammer Martel. We are trudging forward to Clash of Champions, where it will be a clash. Who's walking with the title? Join us, folks. Gentlemen, any last words?
That looked nicer on my shoulder there, Tony.
Yeah, it feels pretty good right here.
Yeah.
But thanks for filling in.
Folks,
Who can fill in for Phil?
nobody can fill in these shoes or this fine Italian jacket. All that being said, folks, thank you for joining us for All Out, and we will see you real soon.